Hi, good morning and good evening to everyone. Welcome to Mainframe Tutorial JCL Class 2. In my last video, we were discussing about and understood about what is JCL and its important usage of the JCL and what is meant by job, exec and DD. That is what is the main task, subtasks and what are the data sets. I hope you all got a basic understanding about the JCL scripting. And we also saw the JCL standard structure where how do we code at the JCL. So in this video I would like to share the knowledge about what is positional and keyword parameters and what is job card. So what do you say? Let's go ahead and start this JCL video 2. Positional and keyword parameters are very important at the job level, activity and DD level. We would be using this parameter at each levels. Those are at job, activity and DD. Let's look into the more details about the positional parameters. These parameters are mandatory and it must be coded after operands with one task. Mainly we use two parameters at the job level, that is accounting information and another is a program name. What is mean by accounting information? These parameter must be coded immediate after the operand and it should contain 1 to 20 alphanumeric characters. This is mainly used for billing purpose. I can say like this will be used to record the job CPU time of IBM server and used for billing purpose. See, whenever we run this since the mainframe systems are very high processing systems and it processes large volume of data, so it occupies a large volume of storage area and the large machines are kept in a remote locations which are very costlier than compared to other technologies. So the IBM would be charging for a specific job run. So in order to do that, we will give some accounting information while creating a job so that it will record how much time it took to complete this particular job. So based on that CPU time, they will be charging a billing. Billing will be provided based on the CPU time. The same way, the next important positional parameter is the program name. It is another parameter which is used to identify the programmer name. It should also contain 1 to 20 alphanumeric character, same like the accounting information. For example, below is the example followed by this is the job name, job operand. These are the two positional keyword parameters. Accounting information, I'm giving it as a first job, or no, I can give it like something mainframe tutorial. This should be a standard. And the next one is the program name, program name. Just I'm simply giving it as a Kumar. In the above MF tutorial represents the accounting information and Kumar represents the programmer name. The program name. Sorry, it's a programmer name. The next one is the keyword parameters at job level. I need to make some important note here. It's a programmer name. So next the thing is keyword parameters at job level. So this was about the positional parameters which we discussed just now. So to To tell it again, these are the only two keyword these are the only two positional parameters which we using in JCL: accounting information and programmer name. Accounting information is used for to capture the CPU time and create for billing purpose. The next one, programmer name, represents to identify the programmer name. In the same way, we have, as I told, we keyword parameters would be used at the different levels. Different levels in the sense we have a different keywords parameters for job level, at DD level, and at the same time at activity level. So now let us now talk about the keyword parameters at job level. Keyword parameters can be coded in any order, and these are not mandatory, whereas positional parameters are followed by the job operand. These are specific to the fixed positions, whereas the keyword parameters, it is non-mandatory to have it placed in a specific positions or a specific order. So here, for example, I cannot place the programmer name here and the accounting information here. I cannot change the positions, whereas for the keyword parameters, it is an optional. Various parameters at job level are like class, message level, priority, notify, and type run. Note that these are the only keyword parameters which we are using at job level. There will be a separate keywords used at the activity level and the DD level. So the first is about the class. What is class? Class keyword parameter. It is used to categorize the job based on CPU time. These parameters are defined by operators depends on the installation they choose. We use a class as A to Z or 0 to 9. For example, in the job, after the positional parameters, we are placing the keyword parameters. The same way, we will be having another keyword parameter called message class. It is used to route the diagnostic message, that is pass or fail or success or unsuccess, to a specified destination. For example, it is kind of a log where we want to route the messages. So where I can store the logs in different destinations like the printer, like spool, or an auxiliary storage area. We can pass these messages to an auxiliary storage, printer, and a spool. For example, I am coding it as a message class is equal to A. It can be A to Z. It depends upon the operator installation they specify. Sometimes it can be 0 to 9 or A to Z. For example, if I'm giving message class equal to A, it might be going to auxiliary storage. It is defined by the operator. If I'm giving it as 1, it might be sending it to a printer. Okay. If I'm giving it as 2, it might be sending it to spool. If I'm giving it as 3, it might be some other purpose. So it depends upon the operator which the mainframe in system has been installed. Below is the example. So next keyword parameter is the message level, which is used to control volume of the messages. Message level consists of two subparameters. One is statements and another is message. Statement is used to specify the type of message, whereas message is used to specify status of job, that is normal or abnormal. Statements can consist of 0, 1, 2. 0 is for job related messages, 1 is for all messages, and E2 is for DD or activity related message. So since we spoke earlier about the job, about the exec, and about the DD, here clearly indicated 0 is for job related message, 1 is for all messages, and the DD is for 2 is for activity or DD messages. Message consists of 0, 1, which indicates normal or abnormal. By default we give 1 comma 1. Why? Because we wanted to see all the messages related to it. It might be job, it might be dd or activity. So you can see below is the example of the message level. See where I am giving message level equal to 1 comma 1. So in the same way we have another keyword parameter called priority. It is used to send the priority to jobs by giving specific values ranging from 0 to 14. For example, there are thousands of jobs which are running on the systems. So if I want to give priority to my job out of 1000, I want to run it after the 10th job is completed or something. So I want to make my job as a priority. Then we need to use a keyword parameters called priority, PRTY, which gives the priority to which assigns the priority to your job. It is ranging from 0 to 14. Highest the number, highest will be the priority. Notify. This is another keyword parameter used to send notification about the job status. Once the job is executed, it will be sending through it will throw a written code. It will throw some written code with 0 or 4 stating that so and so job has been completed, and you can go to spool and check the job log or the job status of it. So in order to do that in the job card, when you along with the other keyword parameters, you need to specify a keyword parameters called notify equal to census UID, or you can directly give your user ID, the mainframe user ID. So that was about the notify keyword parameter. In the same way, we have another keyword parameter called type run. This is very important. This is the parameters used to check the syntax errors of the JCL programs and execute the JCL programs. So you have written a JCL program with specifying all the keyword parameters, activity level and DD level and everything. So before you run any JCL program, so first of all you need to check the syntaxes of that particular JCL. So in order to check that, so you need to specify a specific parameter called type run equal to scan. So what it will does is it will scan all the JCLs. It will scan the entire JCL and checks if all the parameters or the positions are placed in a correct positions and the correctly placed. If there is anything fault, it will throw a message, and you can go to spool and check the message and correct it and rerun it and check it. If it is good, then you can change this type run equal to run, and you can then execute your program. So this is very important in the real time. Just let me update this. Yeah, okay. So that was about the importance of type run. So it is a best practice of using type run equal to scan whenever you code a JCL. Yeah, that was about the keyword parameters at the job level. Now we would know, since we are now aware about the what is the operand, what are positional parameters, and what is the keyword parameters. Now I have a question for you. What is a job card? Yes, job card. Job card is a combination of job name, job operand, positional, and the keyword parameters. It is a very important question asked when we go for interview. So please kindly make a note of this. Below is the complete job card, where it shows the job name, job operand, positional parameters. This is for accounting information and the programmer name, and from class to type run, these are the various keyword parameter which we discussed above. So that's all about today's in this video. I will be coming up with the more details about the JCL. So below would be my next class which will cover the below topics. In this, we will be discussing about the what is the keyword parameters at the activity level, keyword parameters at the DD level, and the sample JSQL script with all keywords and the positional parameters. And in order to write a JSQL, we need to understand what is a PS and what is meant by PDS, which will be which we these words you will be coming across more and more. So in order to do this, we need to understand what is PS and what is PDS. And the same way, after completing this, we would learn about the creating and deleting a data sets. So thank you for watching this video. If you like my class or video, please subscribe. Thank you everyone and have a good day.